Etsy locked us out of our shop for 6 days. As you know, this is a common and recurring thing for Etsy sellers, especially new Etsy sellers who have just opened their shop. But after being active on Etsy for over 2 years now, I wasn't as concerned about something like this happening to us as long as we were strictly following all of Etsy's policies, which we were. So why did it happen? I still don't know for sure, but here's what I think. A week ago from today, we updated our credit card information because we got a new business card, as well as we changed our address because we have recently moved. A few hours following, I noticed my Printful account was no longer synced to our Etsy store. I tried to reconnect it, but I kept getting an error message. I messaged Printful support, but they told me it was on Etsy's end, not their end. So I checked my shop and I noticed I was signed out. I tried to log in and I kept receiving this error message. Not only did it give me this error message for our main print-on-demand store, but also for our Mockup shop and my wife's personal account. Because of this, we guessed it was because we updated our personal information on all 3 accounts and our shops were flagged for security reasons. But the craziest part about this, during the entire 6 days we didn't have access to our accounts, our shops were still active, our listings were showing up in search results, we were still receiving order messages, and Etsy was still running ads on our listings, but we could do absolutely nothing. We were still receiving notification emails about new orders that were coming in, as well as messages, but there was nothing we could do. This was the most frustrating part about it. Confused, we began the long dreaded process of reaching out to Etsy support, and as some of you know, it is a long process and sometimes it seems impossible to receive help, especially since they've updated their system and you can no longer contact them through specific emails or through the phone. I tried to contact Etsy support through their help center with an account I created for my YouTube tutorial videos, but I kept receiving this error message. Eventually, I figured out a way to contact a rep through their online chat, but of course, they weren't able to do much. They said they had to escalate it to the correct department. So frustrating. Receiving a callback wasn't an option for us either. It seems like the best options available are never for those who are locked out of their account or are dealing with some type of shop suspension. Long story short, we ended up sending them an email explaining our situation through their help center, and then we could do nothing but wait. Later that night, around midnight, we received an email back asking us to answer some security questions to verify that we were authorized to access our accounts. We responded immediately, hoping to find a solution by the next morning, but we received no response by the next day. We continued to bug them about it in the online chat, but again, there was nothing they could do. They couldn't even give us any information to why this was happening to us. They just told us we had to wait for their response via email. 6 days later, which felt like forever, we finally received an email back telling us to reset our passwords with their designated link. Thankfully, this worked and we were able to gain access back to our accounts. Because we couldn't respond to messages, our star seller tanked, and unfortunately, Etsy isn't able to do anything to fix this, hence why I made that video, how to maintain your star seller badge. I highly recommend watching that and getting your auto response set up in case something like this happens to you. Anyways, we sent Etsy support a follow-up email asking them why this happened to us and how to prevent it in the future, and a few days later, they responded with this. The reason I'm sharing this story is not just a rant, but it's because there are many lessons to be learned from this. The first major one being you need to diversify. You shouldn't count on your Etsy income as your only income because with a blink of an eye, it could all be gone for zero reason. It doesn't matter how big your store is or how many sales you have. Don't get me wrong, Etsy is an incredible platform to sell on with so much opportunity, but you need to ask yourself, if I lose all of this today, can I still survive? Maybe it's time to open a Shopify store or start selling on different platforms like Amazon. Or maybe it's time to start a YouTube channel or learn a new skill set and monetize it in addition to your Etsy store. Whatever it is, don't put all of your eggs in the Etsy marketplace basket. Are we quitting Etsy? No, definitely not. We're grateful to have our shops back and excited to continue to grow our stores, but this experience was definitely eye-opening. Don't let this story scare you out of selling on Etsy, but let it be a reminder and a warning that you need to start diversifying. This is one of the smartest things you can do for yourself and your business. Thanks for listening and watching. Let me know how you're going to start diversifying in the comment section down below. See you guys in the next video.